We know that our comrades, especially the ones living in informal settlements, are still being targeted. We want to be very categorical that we will not relent in this fight, we will not relent in this course, and if you're being used as a state tool to abduct young people, if you're being used as a state tool of violence to oppress us, we will ensure that we deal with you accordingly. We've gotten to the point where now we've realized the street offensive does not work. You have to wait now and see. But we are condemning it in the strongest terms, and if you cannot defend us, we will have to defend ourselves.
Before you break, I want to add something. My name is Daniel Nyabuti. I'm the leader of the...
All right. Good afternoon, members of the press and the public which is watching. We have tafadhali. We cannot. No, it is distracting my flow of thought, and this has to. No. I cannot continue until we have a disciplined environment. So I shall wait until all of us are ready. I hope that is the last distraction. All right. Good afternoon, members of the press and the public that's watching. We have had such a successful day because as a spokesman of the national professional committee of the People's Assemblies, we have had a very successful street action. Because what we said as the collective is that we would have a presser yesterday and a dummy protest today, and we are more than elated that the police force woke up at 4 a.m. in the morning to be on the streets, and none of us were on the streets. However, we've gathered here, I've spent the entire day together with my comrades at Central Police Station, ensuring and facilitating the release of 44 comrades who were picked off the street yesterday, and some of them were arrested in a whole matatu, and some were brutalized, as you saw, like Professor Ogola and comrades McOure and comrades Gesore. What we're saying is we've gotten to the point where we're tired of seeing young people killed. Whenever we give these people notices, they circumvent it and say that they've received intelligence that there will be goons. So what we've said is, again, we have stopped the business of demonstrating. Now we are starting to sing songs of praises to pray for the fall of this government. And that's exactly what we've decided we will do. And if you saw us yesterday, it was just a little praise and worship session. So the tactic they're using here is a classic bureaucracy at play, because they want to keep us in the station until dusk, because they are afraid if we leave the station, there will be street action. From my analysis, they are going to release the comrades at the very earliest, at around 7:30 or 8 p.m. They don't want to say that, but there are comrades who have been brutalized in there. One of our comrades was unfortunately beaten and the eye is still bleeding. One of them has not even received water. And this is the classic case of police brutality, which we are vehemently opposing. But we've said, under the watch of our coalition, and we invite people to join this coalition because it is a coalition that was birthed on the streets, because it is an instrument we are using to take political power. While we are still clamoring, and there are people who are performing capture harvests, we've said that enough is enough. No more child is going to die under our watch. So part of our consolidated forces have done such a great job. We have a team of lawyers who are processing. Defenders Coalition have also helped us to process bail. And the Kenyans of goodwill who've come to stand with us. It has been nothing but a successful day. To see that anti-riot police are still patrolling the streets is nothing but a thing of beauty, because we have kept them busy the entire day while our comrades are sleeping safe and sound. And we urge all comrades, show up for these surprise praise and worship sessions. Show up in your communities. Love is a verb. Show up in various police stations. Occupy police posts. Occupy public service. We know that the heads of these organizations like NAT, KUPPET, all these industrial leaders are government puppets. That's why they call off strikes days before. But if they cannot do it, we will do it for them. However, now we are getting into a new dispensation. We are celebrating the 14th birthday of the promulgation of our constitution. And as a youth, we have decided that we will live only in a country that abides by the rule of law. Because the police have shown us that when we give them these notices, all they can do is circumvent it and ignore them. We have also said that now, because protests will not work, we don't need permission to praise our God. The God who is, we talk about in the national anthem, who is the God of all creation. We don't need permission. We don't need to notify anybody if we're going for praise and worship. So we urge all Kenyans of goodwill to join us in seasons of praises and occupy all unfinished projects. We're coming to every community for a massive civic and voter education. We ask you to register, and we are going to see a move of God like never before. the old times of police playing games with us. Even today they were asking me in the station, and you can attest, my brother, because you saw. They were asking where was it. They thought they had beaten us, but we had already made our point. And we are not in the streets. All of us are safe. We know where all our comrades are, and we will continue with that offensive. But this brutalization of comrades in the cells has to end. This spite of human lives has to end. And this violence that the state consistently meets upon its citizens has to end. And we will use whatever tactics. And now we are saying we are scaling up. This is not a threat to the government, but we are telling them that now that you want to get us off the streets, you want this to be a digital revolution. So I hope that right now as you speak, all your systems are in check. I hope that right now as you speak, you don't have typing errors in those documents. I hope that right now as you speak, you know that we have very many young, learned people who are willing to defend this country from your corruption. I'm not saying anything, but we know how to deal. We know how to deal with people from the digital front. So you'll expect a very, very charged digital offensive. Ensure all your systems are ready. Ensure all of you are ready when that digital revolution comes. May justice be our shield and defender.
Maybe just to add, my name is Brian Okeja. I'm the National Youth Leader for National Reconstruction Alliance Party. The party is led by Okio Mtata. I want to say that today was supposed to be a day that we are celebrating the 14th birthday of our 2010 Constitution. But as you can see, there's nothing to celebrate. There's nothing to celebrate. We are led by a clique of kleptomaniacs, cynics, and pessimists who are not interested in the affairs of this nation. The government has continued to have a massive disdain for the rule of law. The constitutionalism of our constitution, under the fabrics that it was formed, has been raped by the government every year, and they continue raping it. We are saying that we are not going to accept this. We saw that amidst the protest of the Gen Z protest, the government and the UDA government, as crying babies, they went and brought in their friends to help them in this. And we are saying that even if they brought 10 Railas, it is too late. This government is rotten to the core. The fish is rotten right from the head, the body, the fins, and the tail. So what we are saying is that this movement is going to continue whichever way. We will do it on digital platforms. We will do thorough civic education. And because you see, when it comes to ideology, we are not virgins when it comes to ideology. So we are telling the government that you should be ready. Today, we have known your tactics, and that's why you are seeing us. We are not on the streets. We knew what you are expecting, and we knew how to dodge you. You might think that you had us, that you broke our limbs, but we are telling you that you forgot that we have wings that we can fly with. And I want to urge the youth of this nation, across the nation, that let us stand firm and defend the Constitution. Let us defend the Constitution. Let us defend integrity. Let us defend freedom. Let us defend justice. This is the Constitution. This is a chapter of the Constitution. This is my copy that I downloaded. And I'm saying that we will continue with this struggle. And we are saying the youth of this nation, we are the bully banner of impunity. We are the bully banner of corruption. We are the bully banner of injustice. We must defend the freedom and the constitution of this nation. Thank you.
Asanteni sana. We also want to very firmly condemn acts of police brutality, the abductions and disappearance.
Constitutionalism. When you go Article 43 of the Constitution, it's talking about social and economic rights. And the Constitution gives provisions that the citizens are supposed to be provided with good health, good education, and kept from hunger. But even when you start from the health sector is added to the toilets. If you go to education is added to the ditch. If you check the issues of hunger, so many Kenyans are still poor. In fact, people are languishing and relinquishing in poverty. And therefore, that's why we are saying today is not a very good day. There's nothing to celebrate about today's commemoration of the 14th birthday of our 2010 Constitution. Thank you.
Unless there are any questions from the members of the press, I would love to request you guys. Are there questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Just one question.
Yes.
Yesterday, the people who were arrested,
Yes.
they've stayed beyond 24 hours.
Yes.
Are they going to be released on free
Ideally, it's supposed to be habeas corpus in terms of the production, but our lawyers are working on it. We have a very efficient team of lawyers addressing that matter. And of course, there are despicable acts which we have to condemn, where they wanted the people to pay a cash bail without giving them receipts. And we are saying that will not happen. That's part of why we've stayed that so long. You saw the time I entered in here, it's just been negotiations, but we are happy that the receipt will be written out and it will be given. So we remain unbowed. We have a team of lawyers that are doing this work. We've gotten the best of the very best. Yes. Yes.
There were reports of a student leader from the University of Nairobi.
Yes, there was a.
Abducted on Friday.
Yes.
Around 9 p.m. after having a meeting with his father.
Yes.
So far, any reports of his whereabouts?
Um,
Being held and where is he being held?
I cannot effectively comment on the state of that comrade, that particular comrade, but there's a comrade who was arrested today that we've also followed up, and I am happy to report that he has been reunited with his comrades. So if he's the one, I will find out, and I know that he has been reunited. There's a bunch of student leaders that have gotten into the cell, and they have been reunited with their comrades. If that will be it, thank you very much. Give us time to go and fight for our brothers and sisters. To the Kenyans who have joined us, asanteni sana, and let us keep this fight for justice up, because I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. We are very, very close to the finish line. Asanteni sana. God bless you and God bless Kenya.
The press, members of the press, my name is Eric Mutwiri. I am one of the interns at the Public Service Commission. We have tried to fight a corrupt government. We are trying to fight a government that is rotten to the core. You saw the media, the video clip from Moses Kuria that was going around. Our Public Service Commission has become corrupt. So tomorrow, we are still going there. Thank you so much.
Program whereby we have been, most of us, we have done with our internship, but due to corruption, Public Service Commission, there's a lot of cry from Public Service Commission, for Public Service intern. We have been doing several protests with Jency, but our voice has been not even attended to. We have done several letters to the CES himself. We have done a discussion with the chairman, Mr. Mushiri, but there is no feedback. Due to corruption Public Service Commission, we have a population of 27,000 trained intern, but not been observed. Till today, they are crying for justice. Also, as young people ask for good governance, let's all remember that Public Service Commission is the heart of administration. There's a lot of corruption there. We need to push those commissioners to be answerable to Kenyans. Thank you.
I want to give a very short address before we go back in.